Aloha, Rich Halverson here. This is ITS128, and in the last video, I took you up to section 2.6, and so in this short video, I'd like to finish up chapter 2. So let me share my screen. All right, so here we are, and this is actually Tuesday, so I finished up chapters 2, and then later today, you'll see me working on chapter 3. So if we look at we got up to the last video covered the challenges in section 2.6. So I'm going to start with section 2.7 here. And here we're learning about how division works in Python. And you learned how to do division in grade school. You first learned how when you divided some number by some other number, you would get a dividend and a remainder. Then divisor, quotient and a remainder. And then later on, when you started learning about decimal points, you just learned how to divide, and there would be a fraction, some number to the right of the decimal point. Well, in Python, you can do it either way. When you just do a regular old slash, 20 divided by 10 with a plain old slash, you're going to get something that can have digits to the right of the decimal point. This one does. And if you use the double slash operator, that means you're just getting the quotient part, and you throw away the remainder. Okay, so if there is a remainder, you throw it away. Okay, and then to actually get that remainder, you use a percent sign. Use this. So if you have this operator in between two numbers, you're only going to get the remainder, not the quotient part. So if you think about it, anything divided by 10 is going to have a remainder of between 0 and 9. Okay, so this number is going to be limited to whatever the divisor is. So anyway, so let's do a challenge activity. Enter the output for the integer expressions. So I'm gonna just do I'm just gonna do number 3 here for him, okay? And here you just write what the result is. Here you write the result if it's a double, so that's just going to be 1 digit. That's just going to be a number, an integer. This is going to have a decimal point. This is just going to be the remainder. So this one is 17 divided by 2 would be, it's the same as 16 divided by 2 is 8. So it's 8 with a remainder of 1. Because 8 times 2 is 16, and then there's one more. So this is the modulo operator. So here we just put the remainder, and the remainder is going to be 1. Press enter. That's correct. Okay, so that's that one. Here's an example of how we use it to get digits. Like here we have a number 927. Well, what if we want to just get the digit 7, and then we want to just get the digit 2, and then we just want to get the digit 9? The modulo integer division operations are good for getting that really easily. So let's see what this challenge activity is here. So in this one, integer total minutes and mile time, ABI, are read from input. So these two numbers are read by input, and assume number of miles. So we're going to calculate this thing with the maximum number of complete miles. Assign num miles to the maximum number of complete miles that AVI can travel in the total minutes if each mile takes one mile time AVI to travel. Let's see. I'm gonna see what that is. Okay, so this in the first challenge activity here, basically what we're looking at is when to use the integer division and when to use the modulo operation. So when are you looking for the remainder, or when are you looking for the number of whole the number of times the divisor goes into the dividend, or the number of times the lower number goes into the upper number a whole number of times. Okay, there's no fractions. So in this case, we're looking total minutes and mile time, and we're supposed to assign number of miles as the maximum number of complete miles. So the key here is complete miles. So num miles is complete miles. In the total amount. So so there could be some time left over, but there's not enough time for AVI to do a whole another mile. So basically it's just the num miles equals total minutes integer divide, because we only want the whole number part, the quotient. Pile 9. I think that's the answer. That is the answer. Okay, so let's see what the next one is. Assign tens digit to user vals 10 place. Tens. Okay, so basically you want the tens digit. So you read in a number here, and if you left it as a string, you could just take the second to the last character. But no, they want us to do this the modulo integer divide way, and so it would be let's see. So the ones digit. Let's just go up here and see how they did it up here. Okay. Well, anyway, the tens digit would be I'll just go straight to the tens digit. Tens digit equals user val there's going to be a mod 10. Let's see if this works. Mod. Oh, first I'm going to divide by 10. Then I'm going to take mod 10. I wonder if that's right. Oh, look, it's right. Okay, anyway, what's the last one? I won't do the last one. Convert total years to millennia, centuries, and years. Finding the maximum number of millennia, and then the maximum number of centuries, then the number of years. So I guess num millennia would be mod 1000. The integer division of total years by 1000. Centuries would be the integer division by 100. And the number of years is just years, I guess. So anyway, you can get that one. All right, what's next? There is a so we did 2.7. The next section we talk about modules. Oh, these must be like math modules and so on. It's how to include certain. It's how to include some module of code into your program using an import statement. And so there's a bunch of different kinds of examples of this, but we're going to be using standard ones, namely the math module. Okay, so we're going to get to that. Oh, this is another thing we're learning here, and that's if putting this the main this code will only execute beyond here. Will only execute if this file is the main file. In other words, if this file is not included as a module into another file. Anyway, we'll see when that is important, probably later on. Let's go on to the math module. So this is, the next one is, oh, okay, so here's, there's a challenge activity here. Here we're going to talk about the importing the math module. And so that gives us some extra functions, and we prefix them with math dots. See, first we imported them. We prefix this family of functions that we now have access to. This is the square root function. So if we have some number and we want to find the square root of it, we do math dot and then use the math module's square root function and give us what the answer is. So that's how you do it. So anyway, there's a bunch of them. Here's a bunch of them. These are all math module functions. Well, here's square root. Just saw that one. See, so there's a bunch of them. Let's see what they are. All right. So what's this this challenge activity? First, we're going to import the math module, and then we say, tell me what the square root of 25 is. Well, it's 5. I guess you just have to know that to calculate, I suppose. Oh, because it's not an integer. Okay, so you see what I did wrong? I didn't put 0.0. That's what's going to be returned. It's not going to return an integer. It's going to return, a floating point number, and a floating point number has got to have a point. All right, so it gives you another chance, and this time it's going to be 4.0. Let's go up to the top one here. Here we're gonna okay, so we've learned the power function. This is the power. This is to the power of. So this here we're taking some number 4 to the power of whatever this number is. Well, what is this number? It's the square root of 9. It's the square root of 9. It's 3. So x is 4 to the 3rd power. What's 4 to the 3rd power? It's 4 times 4 times 4. 4 to the 3rd power. So 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. Just happen to know that. You're not expected to know that because we have calculators. So I think that's what the answer is. Well, you see what I did wrong. All right.